Hi everyone. Today we are going to progress to the next stage of rear end awareness and lifting or hiking your dog's rear end up onto an object. My name is Adele and I'm working with Misty and we're from Animal Tactics. Okay guys, so looking at the step one of our process of getting your dog's rear legs up onto an elevated object. Now today I'm using a step which we use for adults or human fitness sessions. So what I'm wanting Misty to do and achieve is to get her rear legs up on this step with her rear paws. Much like we did in the target mark or rear end awareness target mark video. I'll post a link in the description below for that if you're wanting to go back and revise that trick. We are going to lure our dog into a position where their rear end is over the step and then they lift or hike their legs up onto that step or pedestal. Now, as I mentioned, I'm using a step today. However, if you don't have something like that available, you could use a plank of wood, you could use some stacked books or boxes, just making sure that whatever you do utilize, it is nice and stable for your dog. Okay, are we ready, Misty? Let's get going. She's super keen today. So again, with your target mark, I'm going to have treats in both hands. We're going to lure the dog back. I'm going to have her right up near that step, and as soon as she touches, click and reward or verbal cue, yes and reward. Yes, good girl. So initially, I'm just wanting her to touch. Yes, good girl, come. So just touching that, yes, good girl. And it doesn't actually matter at this stage if she's not got her full paw or both paws up on that step or that pedestal there. I'm just wanting her to recognize that at this point in time, I'm just happy and excited that she is just touching that object. Yes, good girl. So I'm just going to do a few repetitions of this and just showing you the reward marker so that you can understand at the point of touching how important that is to reward. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. So as soon as she touches, yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. So I think you might have the idea here. So the next step is just taking the dog away a little bit from that pedestal and making them just think about backing up, a little bit of awareness. Yes, good girl. And she's getting this already. So a couple of steps. Yes, good girl, Misty. Couple more steps. Yes, good girl, Misty. And a couple more steps. Yes, good girl. And again, I'm not fussed at this stage whether there's two paws or one paw touching that elevated item. I'm really just wanting her to understand that by lifting that back leg, that's exactly what I'm requesting of her. I'm still luring at this stage. So let's talk about now getting both feet or both paws up onto that object. So again, luring, we're going to do this stage by stage. And this time I'm going to wait, and yes, as soon as she's got two up, reward. Yes, Misty, good girl. Yes, Misty, good girl. Yes. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. Okay, so we've now got those two paws going up. Your dog will have understood what you're expecting of them and they're working for their reward. Now, she's giving it all to me right now because treats are liquid gold in this house. Come forward. So now what I'm wanting to do is progress this a little bit further. And by doing that, I'm wanting to lengthen the distance, much the same as that target mark one where we did the wooden board on the floor, so that she's understanding that it's back, 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 and yes. Exactly like that. Come. So she back, 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 and yes. Now to do this in the beginning stages, lure your dog back. Yes. I'm now adding that verbal cue. Back, Yes, good girl. Back. Yes, and see how I just hesitated there before I gave her that reward. She was waiting. She was like, if I can get away with this and get a reward without lifting those back feet, absolutely, I'm going to take it. Why wouldn't she? But that's not what we're wanting to achieve. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. So she only is getting her reward now when both of those feet are up on the back on that pedestal. So now we're going to up the ante a little bit. I'm going to reduce the rewards out of my fingers, out of my hands, and we're going to do this with no rewards here. No luring at the moment. Come. So you can still use your hands. She knows that there's nothing in them. Come up. Stand. Yes. We're going to go back. Oh, and look, a blooper. Up. Yes, good girl. And now we start giving her the reward. Again, you may need to reduce this distance again just so that they understand exactly what you're requesting of them. So Misty, back. Lost a treat in the carpet. Misty, back on. Yes, good girl. Let's try again. Back, back. Yes, good girl. So back, back, back. Yes. So you may want to start here. Back. Yes, good girl. Reward. Back. Reward. Yes. Back. Yes, good. Back. Little steps. Take away. Back. Yes, good girl. Little one. Back. Yes, good girl. Further again. Misty, back, back. Yes, good girl. Misty, back, back. Yes, good girl. Misty, back, back. Yes, good girl. And then extending the hold. So back, come, touch. And back on. Hold. Good, yes. Good girl. So I use the word hold then, remembering whatever words you use to cue your dog, you should be using the same word consistently so as to not confuse them. So awesome work today, Misty. She did amazing, showing you how to get her 2 back paws up onto that step. So Misty, come on around. Come around. Good girl. And sit. Awesome job. So thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed our tutorial today. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss our weekly releases. If you would like to see more videos of this level, check out our playlists. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. Links are in our description below.